Well, the Pennsylvania Legislature is in limbo as Democrats and Republicans in the House continue to disagree on several matters, including the operating rules that are necessary for the chamber to function. Lawmakers have many priorities to get to, but after nearly a month into the new session, it appears the House might not return to Harrisburg for another 4 weeks.
Joining us live to break down the gridlock and how it could affect priorities like a 2-year window for child sex abuse victims is our WENY State Capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon. Brendan?
Hey there, Renata and Nick. Good evening. That's right. So at this point, it's almost certain that that constitutional amendment to provide that 2-year civil window will not be approved in time to meet this week's deadline in order to appear on the spring primary ballot. It appears partisan gridlock and a dysfunctional House are to blame.
Harrisburg is broken.
On Tuesday, a frustrated Speaker of the House, Mark Rozzi, gavelled the lower chamber out of session until late February.
The House stands adjourned until February 27, 2023 at noon, unless sooner recalled by the Speaker.
Rozzi, who was nominated for Speaker by Republicans, has yet to change his affiliation to independent, something Republicans say was essential for their support.
I mean, he stood in front of the chamber and really all the citizens of the Commonwealth and made a series of promises. He has yet to fulfill any single one of those.
Regardless of Rozzi's affiliation, House Republican leader Brian Cutler says his caucus is ready to work.
I think not being in session is completely unacceptable. And I think it's time just to start to put the rules and the different issues up for votes.
But with no signs of compromise on rules, nor a 2-year window for victims of child sex abuse to file civil lawsuits, it appears the entire legislature is at a stalemate. Before recently passing the Republican Senate, the 2-year window was combined into Senate Bill 1 with 2 other constitutional amendments related to regulatory override and voter ID, both unpopular among Democrats and Rozzi.
I have seen the lows of lawmakers using survivors of sexual assault as pawns to try to force the passage of another constitutional amendment that would make it harder for everyone to vote.
Rozzi says the House doors will remain locked until there's an agreement, and now he's turning to the public for some help.
In the coming weeks, I will be touring the Commonwealth to hear directly from our citizens on how they think the House can best move forward and heal the divides that exist to the hyper-partisan politics of Harrisburg.
Republicans say that the best path forward is putting both proposed sets of rules up for a vote, as well as Senate Bill 1 up for a vote as soon as possible. Now, many Republicans are saying they believe Democrats are essentially stalling with these listening tours, really halting any progress here until February, as you heard. Now, keep in mind, there are also 3 special elections that are set to take place on February 7th to fill those 3 Democratic vacancies in Allegheny County. So if those seats remain held by Democrats, then it's possible they would officially have a majority and control of the House by the time they return next month. Now, Rozzi said that he would call the House back sooner only if Republicans and Democrats could reach some type of an agreement, not just on rules, but also on that 2-year civil window. Reporting live at the Pennsylvania State Capitol for WENY News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Renata and Nick, back to you.